It's nice to meet you, and for those of you who know me, it's good to see you again. So, my name is Erica Trimnell. I am the owner and founder of Prison Vibes, and most recently, I just started a nonprofit called Prism Lights for the littles. And today, I wanted to celebrate with you because today is my freaking Independence Day, or we could just say it's an anniversary. So I talked about it a little bit in the book that I wrote. A year ago today, and forgive me if I get a little choked up, I was leaving a horrible relationship. It had gotten toxic, and both of us were in it way past its expiration date. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys, and if not, that's fine if I'm alone, understand what that's like. And it may not have been a partnership, but maybe you've been in a relationship with your job for too long, huh? Or in an environment or a house, apartment, whatever, for past this expiration date. So I really want to celebrate with you. And I wanted to tell you that since leaving that situation, I started a nonprofit. I am graduating with my master's in public health. I bought a house. Business is great. So many things have happened since I let go. Keyword, right? I let go what was holding me back. And it's not the fault of my partner. We both had a role to play in that. I was still holding on to limiting beliefs, as well as he was holding on to limiting beliefs. And I was holding on to the idea of a perfect relationship, right? I was in a situation, and when things had got bad, sometimes you let your family, society, all these external factors play a role in your idea of what an ideal, perfect relationship goals, however you want to say it. But it sometimes plays a role, and sometimes that shit just seeps in, right? And you lose fact of what you use to measure a good relationship, or even who you were when they first met you, because now you're trying to play to these expectations that you have in your head that aren't even a person you would want to be, or be around. So it's a very interesting dynamic that happens there when you're holding on to expectations and you're holding on to limiting beliefs that prevent you from moving forward. And I really just wanted to be honest and sincere with you about my own struggles and what has happened since then, and kind of what it was like. I definitely felt like I was in a tunnel, that I couldn't see the outside. And I was really, really, really grateful for the loved ones, for the family around me who were able to be my mirrors so I could see how bad it had gotten. Because again, sometimes once you're in a situation, it's really hard to see outside because you're so busy redoing those patterns, those limiting patterns, those habits, and you're in this like hamster wheel, right? And it's not till someone is like, hey, you're in this hamster wheel of a situation that you don't have to be in. And it's like, ooh, an aha moment. The light bulb goes off, and you realize from then you've got a choice. You don't have to stay in the situation. If you are unhappy, you can leave. If you're unhappy, you can change your mindset about the things that are making you unhappy. But again, it goes back to you've got a choice, and you can choose how you react. You can choose the emotions that you attach to certain situations, and you can leave that. You don't have to be tied to a certain thing because your parents really like him or her, or you've known this person for 10, 12 years. There's no obligation in there but the obligation that we put on ourselves. Again, that's a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief that I should be with this person because of XYZ. No. If you want to be with someone, be with someone. If it's time to go and move on, go, move, do what you have to do, because in all honesty, When you let go of that situation or person, you're not just holding yourself back, but you're also holding them back from being their great dynamic self. So it's not just some people might think a selfish thing to, oh, why would you leave someone who has been there for you or has loved you X amount of years? You're doing this for you, your own mental health and well-being, as well as the other person. And sometimes, they may not understand it in the beginning, but will come to see that that was the best decision at that time. And who knows, maybe it was just y'all needed a break. Certain things needed to happen. You needed some growth and maturity. They needed some growth and maturity. And then you can come back together. But don't feel trapped and don't leave with the expectation that, oh, I'm supposed to, because there are no supposed tos, there are no shoulds. We should ourselves to death. I have an inside joke with a friend of mine, but we do. We have these ideas and these thoughts that we replay in our head and we manifest that in our own reality. But when you really think about the root of where those thoughts and ideas come from, they come from outside. They don't come from you. So when you're able to set that internal boundary within yourself, figure out what you really like, who you really are, what power you have, you can start to create that in your external. But you first got to work on the internal, and then it will manifest in the external. Again, like for me, I had to leave that situation for me to be able to buy a house. And I spoke about this in one of my posts. I had limiting beliefs around purchasing a house as a single female. I always thought that was something you did with your partner, your husband, fiance, whatever. But in realizing that that was holding me back from something I could have done a long time ago, And once I realized that I was holding my own self back, then I was able to act, And the house process for me went so smooth, it was kind of scary. You hear all of the things that can go wrong when you buy a house, and I had none of that. Everything went absolutely smooth. It was definitely meant for me. And again, what is meant for you and wherever you're supposed to be in life, you can attain that. But again, it's about finding your own metrics, measurements within inside of you. It's about harnessing, connecting with your internal power so that what manifests on the outside is what you truly want to see, and you aren't just living in somebody else's world. I always tell people too that we are the artists. And when you put a boundary, it's like just defining the canvas in which you want to paint the masterpiece, which I call your life, right? You get to choose however big or small you want a person's role to be in your life. You are the main star. Why let a co-star, right? Why let an extra dictate what happens to you and your life? But oftentimes we do, but again, it's okay because society has programmed us to believe everything that we can be great at, we need something external to make us great, to give us that validation, right? That to be happy, I need another car. To be happy, I need another wife, right? Or to be happy, I need this, that, and a third. But that's not happiness. We're chasing things that are really transient. The only thing you need to chase is yourself and the power that you have within you. So I just wanted to give you these little nuggets, and I wanted to share my story. Hopefully you are somewhere celebrating with me on my anniversary / Independence Day, whatever you want to call it, because I'm entirely grateful. I'm grateful for the friends and family who were there to be my mirrors. I am grateful for my clients. I am grateful for you. And I look forward to seeing all of us succeed, because we are definitely going to take the keys back, and we're tapping into our internal power. And there is nothing anyone can do to stop you or me.